Oh, yeah. Woo! Podcast number 100. Welcome to Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. My name is Tom. I'm a fantasy sports addict. I am now joined by our friend Cubby Noel, James.
What's going on?
What's going on, baby? How are you doing
Nothing,
today?
Bubba. Just having a good day. It's a nice,
What?
fabulous Sunday.
It's Fabulous Sunday. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about some league updates for FSAA. Let's just, we're just going to like plow right into it, right? Let's just say, here's what's going on with FSAA and the leagues, like the home leagues, the dynasty leagues, all this stuff. We have some news. Guys, we've got news. Terrible news. We're moving to Fantrax. You know that already. We've talked about that. But what we're doing for the home dynasty baseball leagues is you're now going to be able to keep a full 25 players. And what I'm going to do is expand the roster to 30 players. Of course, this will happen on Fantrax, right? But all these great prospects we've been hoarding and DL players with the 10-day DL nonsense and all this roster crunch, it's time to just expand a little bit, right, James?
That is correct.
That's correct, baby. I think it's just time to like make it a little nicer, a little more luxurious. It's going to be, again, it's like Seinfeld, right? It's like these lanes are so luxurious. Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely time. I mean, I think all of us in the FSA dynasties and the home dynasties, like, you'll have these prospects in the 5NA slots, and we keep, 20 total players, and you're like, I'm going to have to drop these prospects more than likely. Like, this sucks. I want to keep a guy. Like, it's almost with the way the format is set up, you can only essentially keep guys that are going to be up within, like, a year, unless you're just brawny and tank for 3 years. But generally, like, it doesn't make a ton of sense to stash prospects in 2 or 3 years when you just don't have the luxurious lanes.
No,
to park them in or to drive them in. So it's time to expand, and especially you look around our league, like Nate Dogg and Reese, J Money, JD, Andrew, those guys, Jose, they know their prospects through and through.
Yeah, they're all stashing
like
stuff.
I'm sure they would like a couple more spots to hold on to some guys.
Well, and the original idea when Ryan and I first started these dynasty leagues was that we wanted it to be fairly cutthroat. But the difference now is, especially switching to Fantrax, it doesn't have to be that cutthroat because you can stash deeper prospects on Fantrax. You can stash other stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, for instance, like Mondesi in the home leagues is only owned by JD because I think it was JD that picked him up today in Ryan's Dynasty League, which is now my Dynasty League. But I think just the point is, like, where we were limited on Yahoo, we have unlimited on Fantrax. And so with the idea, like, again, if you're in our Dynasty Leagues, you should have your pick of the litter, essentially, especially when we move.
Yeah, I mean, there's top 100 prospects that are at any given time you can see on the wire.
Yeah, and even with keeping a few extra players, again, like I'm supposed to drop Peter Alonso.
Yeah, because of a roster crunch. Like, yeah, come on. Like, I mean, when you're dropping prospects of that caliber because of the roster crunch, that should be a red flag. Like, maybe we should expand a little bit and keep a few more and divert a little bit away from it being essentially a gigantic keeper to more of a true dynasty, especially going to Fantrax where it's just the best platform for dynasty. So
now let me ask you this: should I take everybody's roster as it is right now and just set up a league on Fantrax? Like, so if you have to drop that player, like it's implied, like gentleman's agreement, you don't go pick up so-and-so, but you like, when we move to Fantrax, you still get your guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
Like,
sure I could figure something out, but I have to stop you though. I just double checked back on that Braves Dodgers.
oh yeah,
Newcomb is now through 8 no-hit innings,
ooh,
3
okay.
outs away, and he's at
Well,
117 pitches, so they're not going to pull him.
do we have? I mean, was there any walks issued, or
Well,
is it?
yeah, yeah, 1 walk.
Okay, so it's just a no. It's not a perfect game.
No, no, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts.
Yeah, well, fuck them. I don't care anymore.
No,
If it
no,
was
but
a
I'm saying
perfect game, I'd piss my
no, no,
pants.
no, perfect game. I would, but in the sense that like we're talking dynasty, this is like a former
You got your
top
Newcomb.
prospect.
You got your Nuki.
You know,
Yeah, when you had Newcomb as a prospect, and all of a sudden, like now he's throwing a fucking no. You're like, oh, I wish you didn't have to drop Newcomb. Yeah. So that's the idea. We're gonna have 30 roster spots. We're gonna keep our same league settings. This goes for FSAA Dynasty, League of Evil Dynasty, and Hall of Fame Dynasty. Okay. Um, the
keep
again,
25
yeah,
going
you
forward
keep 25 and
instead
a
of 20.
roster size of 30. So you get to keep 5 more players, everybody. So if you don't have injured players and there's somebody sitting on the waiver wire, you're like, oh fuck, I'm just gonna throw him on my DL because he's out for the year. Just go do it. NA, same thing. Stack up some NA players, some minor league players. Because when we switch over to Fantrax, I may do it preemptively. I'm not sure. Like, we'll figure that out. We'll work on that as we go. But what makes sense is that going to a larger environment, which is Fantrax, and the way baseball has changed and the way just, I mean, again, why not be luxurious? I mean, the we wanted the leagues to be cutthroat initially, but we had like 2 DL slots, one NA or something like that. There weren't even NA slots when we first started these dynasty leagues. I mean, they've been going over a decade now. So it's just time to like sort of, let's bump it up. Let's keep it going with the times. So that's the news. That's the way the news goes. So, by the way, if you want to get into one of these home dynasty leagues, there may be a few openings next year.
Just a
Obviously,
heads up.
what's that?
So just a heads up if you know someone
Yeah,
looking to get
like,
into a dynasty to take on an orphan team.
yeah, you can take on an orphan team. I don't know that everybody's going to come with us to Fantrax.
I hope so, but
I hope so.
there
Yes,
might be one or two that are like, get off my lawn, I'm not moving.
yeah, I think so. I think there's very much that possibility. A lot of people don't buy into Fantrax, but if you're missing out on Fantrax, try out the new Fantrax. Check it out. Go to their website, look around, check out the mobile app. I know it's not an app you can get in the App Store, but it's a progressive web app. It's pretty good. They're making updates literally every day. I've got the beta stuff. Like, I get to see everything new that's coming along. It's cool. But seriously, like, you're not gonna be like if you're in the home dynasties or any of our leagues when we switch to Fantrax and you're like, I don't know what I've always played Yahoo, baby. No, you're gonna be okay. Okay, like it's an independent platform. It's not perfect, but no platform is. Yahoo sucks ass at things. ESPN sucks ass at things. There's certain things about but the thing about Fantrax is it's run by people like us, fantasy sports addicts, or just fantasy sports nuts, experts, whatever. They are constantly working to improve and they constantly add new features. And like, it's, it's not like, yeah, I mean, it's just that's where we're going. So that's all there is to it.
All
You'll be
right, all
okay.
right.
Yeah, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be okay, baby. So I just wanted to get that across. I hope that's okay with everybody, and if not, just let me know preemptively and we'll figure it out. But uh and honestly, if you're not familiar with the Fantrax platform, please do let me know and I can show you around. I can put you in touch with Tim, who is the developer main guy that's like basically like, what do you need? And he's very responsive. So, I can get you guys set up with whatever you need. And there's a lot of people that are making the switch to Fantrax. It's like, well, I didn't do it this year, but I'm going next year. We're going as soon as football. That's how soon it is. So we're doing all of our football drafts on Fantrax. I may do some mock drafts on Yahoo just for like demonstration purposes to get my feet wet, but everything's gonna be on tracks just because. Whoa! All right, can we get we got normally we used to have pugs barking in the podcast. Now we got kids talking.
Yeah, she just woke up.
Can we get a little Psycho Killer?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, can you sing that?
Can we get a little Psycho Killer? Come on, Lute.
Sing Psycho Killer. Yeah. Go ahead. Psycho Killer.
Psycho Killer.
Anyway, all right.
James's daughter sings Psycho Killer. It's
Can you close the door, please?
It's great. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. What we're moving on to is, this is the trade deadline weekend. This is like Tuesday is the trade deadline, right? Tuesday?
Yep, Tuesday is technically the deadline, which is what, 31st? Yes, 31st. Yeah. But I think a lot of teams, like, I know obviously baseball teams probably don't operate on the old Monday through Friday, like 9 to 5 schedule, but it seems to me like they do in some instances, and this might be one. They're like, all right, let's really look at what we're going to do before the deadline by Sunday. That way, when air quotes the work week starts, we're about done. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a trade or two tonight. You know what I mean?
Early in the morning tomorrow kind of thing.
Or early tomorrow, like, all right, let's get it done. Like, all right, the weekend's over, let's get it done type deal.
Now, I think when we mention that specifically, I think we're talking about one team in particular.
Oh, yeah.
That may be. It's okay, baby. We might be talking about the Washington Nationals.
Yeah, we are talking about the Nats, and we could circle back to them, but maybe we should just blow through a couple.
There's already been
that have happened that maybe, you should take note of with contenders. And of course, this time of year, it's always the closer fucking carousel. I think the first real, air quotes, big trade that kicked off this deadline era was Brad Hand to the Indians.
Yeah,
for what's up
with Simber as well.
Yeah, with Simber as well, and the Padres got back Mejia.
And there's talk that the Padres aren't done.
Yeah, there's talk that they could be talking about Archer right now. So that was one. Yeah, a little closer carousel there.
Weird, by the way,
what?
I don't understand that trade for the Padres. Like,
for Archer if they get him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess they do need starting pitchers pretty badly, and he is under control long enough, probably at least in their eyes, at the time they're good, which is probably sooner than people think, honestly. Like, that system is absolutely loaded.
Yeah.
And there are a couple guys knocking on the door, the biggest being Tatis, of course, and he should probably play sometime next year. But they're thinking, all right, we need an anchor to the staff the time these kids are ready, and his contract's long enough that he should still be good enough, at least better than what we fucking have.
Yeah,
when we're ready to contend, and he'll still be around.
Yeah, it's pitcher's park, and like we always say, right? It's not just about the back of the card stats. Maybe you need to throw the breaking stuff a little more, right? We talk about that. So Archer, I think, probably needs a change of scenery. I'm looking forward to that.
Probably the biggest thing he needs out of the AL East, like a lot of pitchers.
Yeah,
he needs out of there.
I just hate him not going to the Diamondbacks. I wish the Diamondbacks had something to offer for something.
Yeah, I hear you. But the Hand trade kind of kicked things off, and they sent Padres got the Indians' #1 prospect. Then he had more closer carousel. Familia went to Athletics, right, for a bunch of fucking no-namers. I mean, this is time of year. All the contenders are just loading up. on relief
You got
arms.
to stock up.
And of course, the Yankees got Britton, so if he's healthy now, their bullpen is just absurd. Like
I don't even know why they like. What did they even need? Why did they have to do that?
yeah. I mean, I guess they figure it's the classic. Just increase the strength you do have because you really can't. There's not a starting pitcher in this crappy trade market to really help you. I mean, they got J.A. Happ, but you know what I mean. Like they probably really need another starter, but there's just not many out there that are worth a shit. So like, well, we'll just keep on pumping up our strength to like just work around our inefficiencies or whatever.
We've talked about this before. What the Rays have done, like starting Romo. You know what I
And
mean?
they've had the best year in baseball
I was gonna
since
say
they've
we could
started doing
actually
those.
see this in the playoffs. Like, could you imagine that?
Yeah, I mean, I remember
Like,
Brian Kenny, who's a little over the top with the sabermetrics. As much as I like them, he's a bit over the top. But yeah, he's been talking about that, and maybe as recently as he was talking about it for a while. But I think specifically the playoffs, he was mentioning that for some team, I forget. He's like, well, they really should start with an opener, all this stuff.
yeah,
So that could happen soon. Who knows? But
that is a stat someday when we play fan. You know what I mean? Like opening, like it's not starting, it's opening.
Yeah, but that's what you're seeing get moved around right now. There's a lot of arms. Evaldi went to the Red Sox for Jalen Beeks. Thought that was a great get for the Rays. And the Red Sox need depth. Like, these make sense. Rockies got Swung Hung Oh. Like, there's hardly any bats that have been moved. I mean, Moustakas went to the Brewers.
That was good. Yeah, I like that.
Which for fantasy purposes, you got to like that if you're a Moose owner, because just the difference in ballparks is even. I mean, common sense tells you, but even the data is like, wow, that's a huge gap.
Well, in
as far as like offensive friendliness.
Yeah.
And of course, Hamels went to the Cubs, and you know how I feel about that move. I don't like most. He's not an ace anymore, but looking at his data, he still has enough skills in the bag.
He's at worst
be productive. Yeah, to be productive, eat innings. Let's see some other moves. Just glossing over some.
I'm excited about Hamels. I have one Hamels share. It's your dynasty league, FNA dynasty.
Yeah, I mean, getting him out of Arlington will obviously help. It's literally the worst park for home runs, home park factor. Diamondbacks got Escobar, which is a nice little move there. How'd you feel about that?
So yeah, all right. Initially, as a Diamondbacks fan, I was like just not impressed. I was like, we didn't get Macho. That's the elephant in the room. We haven't talked about Macho to the Dodgers, but Machado going to the Dodgers obviously was the headlining move. The Diamondbacks,
of course, that was the big move, which I failed to mention. But yeah,
well, I was gonna say the Diamondbacks, notoriously cheap organization. Obviously don't have the same prospects to offer because we've pissed them away stupidly for other stupid trades. But I honestly don't think we've had good GM. When you turn over your GMs every 2 years, essentially, and you don't have any direction whatsoever, like, is there any wonder? Is there any surprise? But I think the GM we have now, Mike Hazen, I think he's pretty smart. I think he knows how to work within the confines of a budget. He's kind of like a saber guy.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think so when I started looking at the Escobar thing, I was like, all right, okay. It's like that GIF, like where the guy's got the gun to his head and then he pulls it back,
yeah.
Like, all right, because again, he's filling in for Jake Lamb. He can play basically all over the infield. He can play third, short, second, whatever we need him for. We have a decent infield, like especially defensively, but we don't have maybe the most prolific hitting.
No, I mean the D-backs need offense. You look at their numbers; they're like 23rd and 24th in WOBA and wins run created plus. They needed a bat. They needed a bat.
Yeah, can you throw me some deep data on Escobar here? Like, because I don't have it pulled up, but can you throw me some?
Yeah, I think there was enough in there where you're like, okay, I can see why he's,
hit
15 home runs and has a solid average. Let me take a look. And he's been around for a while. I think he's like 29 or 30.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's a rental player.
He's 29. Yeah, he's 29. Yeah.
He's not going to make the difference probably in the division. I mean, we're still a wild card team at least, but
Let's see. His strikeout rate is average. His walk rate's average, which that's fine. It's better than being below average in any of those too.
Yeah, better than a lot of what we got going on sometimes.
Let me see. His hard hit rate is 39.4, which is excellent.
Yeah.
His fly ball rate is 44, which is right about in the range you want it to be. So if he hits more home runs, it shouldn't be a surprise. His infield fly ball is not that bad, so that's good. Let's look at his plate discipline. What kind of a approach does he have?
How's he? Is he selective?
He chases quite a bit. His contact rates are okay, but he does chase quite a bit.
Okay. Well,
which is weird to have good contact, but chase a lot. But overall, like there's enough there where you're like, okay, he doesn't strike out. He's not bad at striking out. He's okay at walks. Hits the ball hard, gets it in the air. So,
well, I was gonna say, on top of that, like even though we've got the humidor and the jury's still out on the humidor decision, right? Which I was saying, oh no, big deal. We'll see. I still think there's the park factor. The thing about Chase Field, and I know this isn't like a major issue, like this isn't analytical, but the batter's eye in Chase Field with that giant green backdrop with nothing obstructing the view of the ball.
Right, that's gotta be nice.
It's perfect. Like it's that dark green back, like you just have a great batter's eye in Chase Field. So, and that benefits every team that comes into Chase Field. That's why it's one of the most notoriously offensive parks, But I kind of think,
Newcomb lost the no-hitter. Anyway, moving along.
What's that?
I said Newcomb lost the no-hitter. Moving along.
Oh, well, so much for the no-hitter.
Anyway.
These things happen. You had a good start. At least you got the fucking QS, man. You got the quality start.
Yeah, and the dub. But a couple other moves. The Phillies got ass dribble. Yeah, they needed that on the infield. Kingery's just not ready yet. He's just not.
No. So I mean, now Astral was going to play.
Probably bounce him around.
Asdrubal Cabrera, we're talking about. We call him Astribble.
They'll probably bounce him around, I would guess.
Second,
short, third. Just keep rotating him in and out of those spots.
Yeah,
probably shortstop. Probably shortstop being the least amount because I just don't. He's pretty old. I doubt he even has the range to play short anymore. But I guess he could.
Maybe they shift Cesar for Cesar. I don't know.
Yeah, they just very well may. But as per usual, you got your contenders buying your teams that are just having a bad year selling. Except now we'll get back around to what you started this deadline talk with.
Yeah, well,
except for one team in Washington.
Yeah,
who's not really bought and not really sold yet.
What are they doing, baby?
What are they doing,
Bubba?
And that is a very curious team to watch because I've read some tweets today from Rosenthal and others that are like, sounds strange to say, but many industry people think like this weekend series with the Marlins will decide whether they buy or sell, which is strange to think a team's like a season's fate is based on 1 week or one series, but sometimes that's
that's how
it goes sometimes.
Yeah, this is the trade deadline weekend. They're playing the fucking Marlins.
Yeah, and earlier they were losing 0-5. Who knows? So maybe they start selling, and if they do, I mean, there's at least 3 relievers that are all rentals that people would be interested in. I think they're all rentals. I know Madsen, Doolittle's a rental, I think.
Yeah.
Herrera might even be a rental. But, of course, the big fish, if they choose to sell,
big tuna,
is Bryce Harper.
Now, all right, so let's just unpack this for a second, okay? Like, people probably hear this and they're like, what are you talking about?
Excuse me.
You can't trade Bryce Harper. Like, we're still trying to play. No. The Braves, pretty much on the East. Yeah, Braves and the Phillies, pretty much on the East.
Those teams have arrived quicker than scheduled, and they're young core and talent I don't know if like how long they'll be atop the division, but it seems for now like
They're there.
that's they're there, and
I
like
mean,
the
the Braves
Washington needs
the
to
Braves
make a
are going to be
decision.
there for a long. The Braves are setting up for another 16-year goddamn run.
Probably, but
If you think about it, Jesus. But like, yeah, the Nationals, like,
yeah, the Nationals are currently
they
six
just
back
lost.
of the their game under 500, six back of Philly in the East,
Yeah.
and in the wild card they are. Let's see what they are. They are 5.5 back with one, two, three, four, five, like six teams ahead of them for the last playoff spot. All
Okay.
right, so you're six back with
And that's for a
two team
wild
two
card.
with two teams ahead of you in the division. You're like 5.5 back with like six teams in the wild card. You're under 500. Strasburg just went on the fucking DL again
Yeah,
after
that's
making
what I was
one
going to say.
start coming off the DL. Tanner Rourke has realized he's Tanner Rourke and sucks.
Figured it out again. I'm happy
Gio's regressed to the mean where he's now
where he's
not that
normal.
ace he was last year, like a top
Yeah.
10 ERA, which was just like anyone
Well,
knew that wasn't going to last, but he's still good. But
yeah.
you have some people aging, like Zimmerman, who's old and can't stay healthy. Someone that drafted him last year got lucky as hell. He stayed healthy one damn season.
Who shall not be named?
So, like, you got a team underperforming. You got some old guys. Murphy, I forgot to mention, another old guy whose knee just might be fucked out the window. Okay, but they still got enough
They've
talent
they've
on the
got a core.
roster.
They've
Like
got yeah.
you got Soto. Robles isn't far away. If
Robles
Strasburg
is
could,
in AAA. Robles is like,
yeah,
can I
he's
come
knocking on
in?
the door.
Hello,
Yeah.
trade Harper and let me in.
Obviously, you got Trey Turner. Rendon is still in his 20s.
Yeah,
Scherzer, although he's old, doesn't look like he's slowing down any sign. Like, so you still got enough where you don't have to like go into tank mode or anything.
no
But if you're not really in it this year, or like the odds of you being in the playoffs are growing slimmer by the day, why not for one season swallow some pride, take a step back, sell
trade
those
Bryce
relievers
Harper.
I mentioned, get some fucking prospects or whatever you can get back, international money, whatever.
Can you imagine how much Harper would fetch though?
Yeah, move Harper if you can and get whatever you can. I mean,
Well,
I mean, he's a rental like Machado. Of course, his average is way down this year, but it's still like
but
he should still get a pretty good package.
yeah, and I think about teams like maybe. I mean,
The rumor I told you the other day was the Dodgers are asking the Nats already,
yeah, the Dodgers are already talking about it.
and the pretty much the rumor around the fucking Major League campfires is that if Bryce is traded, if the Nats do sell and go ahead and move him, the Dodgers are the destination.
Well, yeah,
They want him. They still have prospects to move, very good ones.
I've
And who
talked.
knows? Like to me, if you're the Nationals, you decide you're not in it and you move them. Maybe you get back a Ruiz, the catching prospect. Maybe
Yeah,
who knows? Maybe you get he and what's his name? I always fuck up his name. Vertigo or
yeah,
Verdugo.
Verdugo.
Who knows what kind of package? But if you get a package anywhere like close to that, okay.
But here's the thing.
Then you go for him in the off season.
Well, that's exactly the thing. Like,
Go for Bryce. That is.
yeah, I was gonna say that's the thing. You can re-sign him if he's like it's like the
With the
Aroldis
Chapman, with the
Chapman.
Cubs, the Yankees
Yeah,
got fucking Gaybar, and it was probably like a gentleman's handshake, basically. Like, oh, by the way, it's like Cashman to Chapman. Yeah,
yeah,
we'll be signing you.
we're gonna
If you
sign
want
you
to come
again.
back. Yeah.
But we're gonna get a little.
Now,
You go win a World Series, but we're gonna build this team, and then you can be part of another World Series type team.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
yes, like so.
So I don't
If
know if
I'm
the
a Nationals
Nationals.
fan, if I'm a Nationals fan, Tris, we're talking about you. I would be all for this. Like, if you actually think Bryce Harper's going to come back to Washington, D.C., which I don't know if I'm actually on that board.
I don't think they're the favorite. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't.
like
It's the usual suspects. Pick one. Throw a
Dodgers,
dart at the
Phillies,
board.
Cubs.
Yeah, Dodgers, Phillies, Cubs, even the Giants, maybe.
Yeah.
Teams with deep pockets and
Well,
needs.
let's talk about the D-backs for a second. We have the money to spend. and it's close to Las Vegas where he grew up, and it's where his home is. But there's another sort of qualifier here. And again, this is just speculating. I'm just being like fucking hot take guy right now, okay? Like the Diamondbacks sued the county that paid for their stadium, Maricopa County, where we live in Phoenix. And they got a winning decision that says they can now opt out of their stadium lease. Like 10 years ahead of schedule or some shit. I don't know exactly what the number is, but like if you can move the team anywhere you want, there's talk that it's going to move close to their spring training facility, which is like further east in the city and like, on tribal land near the casinos. That'd be nice. I mean, again, I'm sure they would build a beautiful facility. The spring training facility they play in is gorgeous with the Rockies. It's tremendous. But what if, since Major League Baseball really wants a franchise in Vegas, since our owner only chases fucking dollar signs, oops, we signed Bryce Harper and moved the team to Las Vegas. Like
that's a nice. That's
I know that's a hot
an interesting
take.
theory, and
I was gonna say I know that's like a hot take, a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, pipe dream. But yeah, I hear you.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, if there is any of that going on, if there's any of like, well, we're gonna move it to where we can make the most money.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Bryce Harper plays at home. Like, I don't know. It's like LeBron playing in Cleveland. Obviously, he's left for LA now because he lives in LA and he wants to be an actor and all that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just throwing shit out there. But
yeah. And even if the Nats don't sign him, which I don't give them much of a better chance than any of the other teams that we've mentioned.
No.
I
think he's just
so even as a fan, if the Nats don't re-sign him, at least you got something before he walked away.
Something for him. Yeah,
we see this all the time. It's it's why big players will get traded, like Machado, for instance. Like there was no point.
Nope.
Of the Orioles trying to hold on to him, so he's probably going to walk away. I mean, the Orioles can try and sign him in the offseason, not happening. But if he's going to walk and not resign, then just get something. Just get something. So as much as the Nationals aren't mathematically out, I mean, they have a tough road to hoe. They're not just 5-6 games back in whatever race. They have multiple teams in front of them. Like in the wild card, it's 4 or 5, and in the division, they have 2. Like it's just not.
Yeah. They're not winning the division, and
they're probably not winning the wild card. So
I mean,
it would be
seriously the Diamondbacks destroying themselves for the Nationals to win.
Yeah, they should really consider moving Harper.
Yeah, and again, if there is if he really loves playing there, if I'm the GM and I'm like, oh, you're coming back, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm coming back, and I'll be like, all right,
if our offer is close to others, would you come back? Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, if he really enjoys playing there, which I don't know if he does. Who knows? Nobody knows. That's in his head. But like, if I'm the GM right now, I'm like talking to him tonight and I'm saying, hey,
man to man.
what are your odds of coming back? One, especially if we offer a competitive offer. And here's what our competitive offer would probably be, just preemptively. Secondly, I'd be like, say you love this franchise and you've been part of this franchise for 6 years.
Since you were a teenager.
Yeah. Like let's be honest here. Like if you you can help us or you can stay here and lose the rest of the year. You know what I mean? Like,
just be mired in mediocrity.
Yeah, but like, if we can pay you when you come back, and we've now gotten better assets.
Yeah, we got more depth and what have you.
Like you get a Verdugo or like you just whatever, whatever. Like you get
the Nats are chasing a catcher. You get Kybert Ruiz, or however you pronounce his name.
Well, or I mean, again, Tris is a big proponent of getting Ramos back, but there's also what's his
I
name?
mean, I get that. That's a move you make if you're like on the if you're knocking on the playoff door. Again, I don't. The Nats
That's a
aren't really
D-back.
knocking on the playoff door. Like they're not
Yeah,
a game back or behind one team. They're several games back behind several teams. Like,
well, yeah, I was gonna say if you're the Nationals and you're gonna trade for a catcher, you're trading for what's his name? Miami.
Romuto.
Yeah, Real Muto.
I
Real
think you might,
Muto.
but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
you start going a little younger. You don't
yeah,
grab another 30-something-year-old catcher. Like,
yeah. You're not
then
bringing Ramos
the
back. If
Nats aren't.
Ramos goes to a place like the D-backs, or I don't know. Ugh, Brewers.
But I, excuse me.
Uh-oh.
But I would, but I would,
Did
but
it
I would
make
like
that
to
drink
see
a
it.
little stiff, baby?
Yeah, I did, Bubala. But so that should be interesting. If the Nats become sellers, this deadline leading up to Tuesday becomes much more interesting.
Yes. Yeah. I'm
because
looking
there are
forward to
teams
some
that
stuff.
are still looking for relief pitchers, contenders that'll gladly take Madsen, Doolittle, or Herrera. And obviously, if Harper goes to L.A., that would be freaking nuts.
No, like all right, let me say this as a Diamondbacks fan. If Harper goes to LA, the Diamondbacks need to just fucking close the window. No, I'm serious. And I'm not a proponent of that inherently, but like fuck that shit. Like if we were going against a macho Harper like Dodgers team, like just
yeah,
I'm
Bellinger,
yeah,
Muncy, dare I say?
no, yeah. Well, I mean, again, it's the Dodgers. We know who the Dodgers are. But I'm just saying, as a D-backs fan, I'm like, all right, look, Goldie's gone in a year and a half or something like that. Pollock walks after this year. Like, I think Peralta walks. It's just fucked. It's like our window is propped open with toothpicks. So, like, go into sell mode. Like, I'd love to see what we could get. But the thing is at that point, the market's now fucking saturated and we ain't going to get shit. So, like, I don't know, man. Fuck.
Other deals headed into the deadline. It looks like DeGrom's just not going to get moved. It's just not going to happen.
I don't think anybody's what the Mets want for DeGrom.
No, he would cost. I mean, maybe in the offseason, maybe we see a deal get done for him. But right now, it doesn't look like it. He would cost a king's ransom. He's top one or two pitcher in all of them. Top three. I'll put him in the top three right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
He would obviously cost a king's ransom, especially he's under control for 2 more seasons. And while we're on that, that's why I always think it's funny when Theo haters or Cubs haters like, why on the Cubs trade for DeGrom?
Right. Like,
tell me what other team is about to acquire him right now. Please tell me.
Yeah. There's nobody. Nobody's like.
Is there any other team about to trade for him? I mean, I understand your hindsight logic. That's fine. Great. If they did this, they could do this now. But I don't see him getting moved anywhere. So.
And he's 30, right?
Yeah, he's 30.
So, like, it's kind of one of those situations where you're like,
Well, I'd gladly have him. I mean, he has 2 more years on his contract. He should be good for those next 2 years. But that sounds like he's not getting moved. Thor's probably not getting moved. Wheeler sounds like could get moved.
Wheeler's fascinating. I know the D-backs are attached to Wheeler.
Yes. And I looked at Wheeler's profile the other day, and I can see why teams are interested. I mean, he gets ground balls. He gets people to chase. His swinging strike rate's pretty good. His xFIP is well below his ERA. Not well below, but it's a good amount below his ERA. Like, this is a guy that's – you can see why people have been enamored with him for a while. He has the skills to fucking pay the bills or whatever.
Burn the house down and start with Peter Alonso and start over. And that sucks for Peter Alonso.
Yeah. And Matt Harvey, I mean, let's go through the other people that could get moved.
Yeah.
We'll just blow through those. Matt Harvey could get moved, and he's been better with the Reds, but he's not blowing your skirt up. He's usually going about
5 innings,
5.2, ERA's in the 3s, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's nothing where you're like, woo, he's back. But he's better than he was. But
you were telling me his fastball velocity.
Yeah, he was hitting 98 in his last start.
Okay. And so that's a good thing, but
and a couple of weeks ago I had tweeted into the void, really, but
right.
I put the velocity since the start of the year on the graphic that was there, and it was
It's gone
just
up.
boom, trending upward since his first start of the year till now. It's just velos was like 91 at the start. Now it's just just keeps going up. So he's another intriguing arm that he'll get moved. The Reds have no reason to get him.
No, they should absolutely move him. Like if you think about it, like unlike a lot of these competitive teams, he's probably maybe a fifth starter or
Yeah,
like
he's a back end. He's a back end guy that
or a long reliever.
that
Even
doesn't kill you.
I mean, I kind of would. I
And
kind of
kudos to the Reds. Whenever they do trade him and get something, kudos to them. They
will get
literally picked him up off the scrap heap, and they're gonna get something in return for him from somebody.
Yeah, like they got more out of him than the Mets have. Like,
So they'll get something, and that's the weird thing about this deadline. There's not a ton of. We keep mentioning all these arms. There's just not. There's bats out there that are like okay, solid contributors. Like
yeah,
okay,
Donaldson maybe.
but there's not a ton of bats like some other deadline years where you're like, wow, like it's just the market is I don't know, random arbitrary number here, 75% arms.
Yeah,
Everyone wants an arm, which makes sense, right?
well, but I was
October
gonna
need
say, I think
arms,
that's
but
what most teams want and most teams need. You know, like they're looking for pitching.
yeah, like the Reds will probably, maybe not probably, but they'll probably try to move Iglesias somewhere. So really pay attention to the shitty teams because a new closer will probably be taking over on some of these shitty teams.
Yeah, the carousel is going to be moving.
Yeah, carousel will be moving. We're up against
right.
it to pay attention to this type of stuff. If you're in save only leagues, you need to pay attention to these trades.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the one site that we always look at that's got like the.
Oh, well, I got that spreadsheet from that one guy. What's his name? His last name is Jewett, Jewett on Twitter. But he's got a Google Docs work spreadsheet that he updates daily, which is always nice.
Okay, so maybe like take a little search for him. Again, just like this is the time of year you're trying to win your leagues. It's like, what's going on in these bullpens and these teams? Like I've got a 5x5 standard league. You know, I got Staves, I got a Chase.
Cardinals are another team. They may decide to sell. I mean, if they sweep Chicago tonight, maybe they don't. Maybe they hold out some hope or something. But they could be another guy that maybe they think, why do we need Bud Norris anymore? They can move him. Well, and then you got Jordan Hicks closing. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, you know who I think would be a good trade for the Cardinals was
move Seamart. I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say, what's his name? Guy they got from the Marlins. Damn it, now I'm blanking out here. You know who I'm talking about? Outfielder.
Ozuna?
Yes, Ozuna. Thank you. Fuck. Jesus. Serious brain fart.
I don't know his contract situation, but I mean, he's had a horrible down year. I mean, I knew he'd regress from last year, but I didn't think he'd regress this hard.
That much, yeah.
But he just hit his 11th home run. It's like, jeez.
Yeah. But again, change of scenery, and again, that's sort of back of the baseball card stat stuff, but you know, somebody might want to take a chance on that. Like you'd think maybe they have some value there. I know, again, I know Andrew from Fantasy Aid, at our buddy at Fantasy Aid 1. He's always about his Cardinals. Much to your chagrin.
All right, jeez. Right? Trying to think of some other. I mean, yeah. Archer's another guy that's getting a lot of talk today.
Archer, yeah,
from the Padres of all teams.
And that makes no sense to me. Like, I would rather see the D-backs go after, if the D-backs go after, one of Archer or Harvey, maybe, I'd kind of be okay with that. You know what I mean? And that's just my National League West bias, but, throw it out the window. That doesn't matter for fantasy purposes. I don't think it means anything, but
yeah, I mean, the Padres are trying to make sense of that. Obviously, their farm system is insane. It's probably the best system in baseball, possibly.
They would get a lot. Whoever
the Rays would, they would
get
even if it's the
Urias.
Yeah, if it's not the Padres, like top 10 prospect, even the next 10 in their system would be like, all right, I'll take a couple of those guys.
Yeah. Well, all
Like
right.
it's that the system's that good, it's that deep. But
Like, yeah, like they've got plenty of pitching depth. Like, yeah, the Padres have a lot to deal with.
so I guess they just wanted maybe an arm to be like, hey, you're the face of our pitching staff, and our team should be good in like a year or two, and you're still under contract for like 4 more. So there you go.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's maybe their thinking, but I don't know like other than them, of course, it's usual suspects like Yankees asking on them and all that stuff.
Red
So,
Sox. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, this is one of those years. It's not like an NBA season where it's like only 2 teams, the Cavaliers or the Warriors or something like that. But
No, I mean, like the AL playoffs are essentially decided, except for maybe the last wild card spot or two.
yeah,
But the NL is still just all kinds of up for grabs. I think there's only 3 or 4 teams in the entire NL that are under 500.
and that's
something like that. Like 10 of the 15 or 11 of the 15 have a winning record in the NL, something like that.
because we're beating up on the AL.
I mean,
and that's why you don't have a DH, baby.
wish the Cubs had DH. Oh my god!
Baseball.
I wish the Cubs had DH.
What's that?
I said I wish the Cubs had a DH. Oh my god!
Well, I mean, that's a conversation for maybe another podcast. But
yeah.
Hey, by the way, this is podcast 100. This is our 100th podcast, baby. You're not celebrating?
100.
See, Cubby and I are celebrating. Woo!
Trying to think.
We don't know where Ryan's at, but woo! Actually, we do know where Ryan's at. He's in what? 13th place.
Look. Depending on league, there's a decent chance it's towards the bottom. I don't know.
Sorry, Ryan. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, this is easily. I think you'd obviously agree. As far as trade deadline goes, this is easily the best in all sports. Like, I don't even know when the NHL's deadline is. I don't even know when the NFL's deadline is, to be honest. So,
I was gonna say I don't know. I definitely don't know when football or hockey is.
I feel like I always kind of have a clue when the NBA's deadline's going on.
Yeah,
but still, they all pale in comparison to MLB.
Well, and because
deadlines,
there's the non-waiver deadline too. There's like another deadline. There's like you can still make trades.
Yeah, it's just a little more pain.
I wish we had that in our leagues. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That'd be fucking awesome. Oh man, no, it's true though. I mean, so like, basically, what's the takeaway here from this trade deadline? Like, definitely.
Well, I think most of the contenders have done their teams a service by getting better. I mean, the Yankees desperately needed another starting pitcher, and Hap's better than people think. Like he's a nice addition. Evaldi's a nice little addition for the Red Sox. Escobar to the D-backs. That's a nice little upgrade on offense.
Obviously, Macho is the prize of the fucking...
Yeah, Macho is the biggest one.
Yeah. And I hate the goddamn fucking Dodgers.
As far as star power, but generally speaking, like every contender's for the most part improved themselves in some way, and the teams that are doing the selling, they've gotten some nice young pieces in return. And of course, just like in Dynasty League trades, you really don't know how fair or unfair it is for maybe a couple seasons.
Yeah, you got the lens of time.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, you'll see like, whoa, the top 2 prospects they got for that guy.
Whoa. Oh my God!
You know what I mean?
Why didn't the commish veto that trade, man? But then you look 2 years later, and it's like, totally different story. Yeah. Yeah. So
see how it pans out, but there should be a flurry of moves in the next couple of days, mostly pitching.
Yeah,
relievers like the Marlins got to move, right? They got to move Bear Claw or fucking Steckenrider or even Ziegler's fuck ass. Like they got arms to move.
Ziegler and Bear Claw and like Steck becomes the closer, and I've been holding Steck for this long in so many leagues. All right. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely, baby.
Yeah, so
I'd love it.
it'll be fun to pay attention. I don't know if D-backs got left. I think the Cubs are pretty much done making moves. They might go for a relief pitcher, but that's all I really see.
Well, yeah, I could see something. I mean, you could use a little bullpen, maybe.
You would definitely need one more bullpen piece for sure.
Maybe a
I've
start. I mean,
seen
maybe a starter.
seen their name attached to different relief pitchers, like saw Bear Claw recently, which I'd gladly take that.
I was gonna say the one relief pitcher we got, Simber, or not Simber, but what's his name? Fucking Andries, rather. Excuse me.
Yeah, little swing man. Yeah.
Like, all right.
I don't know if the Padres are going to move Yates or not, but that'd be another one I would love to have on the Cubs, or any contender would love to have. That guy's been lights out.
I mean, yeah, it's like what you do with your fantasy teams. Stack RP. James,
especially if your rotation's underperforming or just shitty. Like, well, you might as well soften the blow.
Like, you think about the Rockies bullpen, Cubs bullpen, even the D-backs bullpen. Like, we have some bullpen. We got Archie Bradley, we got Box, but like Box blew the save the other night. You know, like stuff sucks, right? But if you got that bullpen depth, where you just,
especially if you're in October, like, if you have 4 or 5 really good bullpen arms, and obviously, and this has been going on for a while now, so I'm not reinventing the wheel or saying something new here. Hey, starting pitcher in October, just give me 5. Give me 5 innings. If you give me 6, that's great too. But just give me 5, and our lights out bullpen will take care of the rest.
Yeah, I mean, again, you got this is the way the game of baseball has changed. And I love, this is the one reason why I love fantasy baseball the most of all fantasy sports, is because, like, yeah, there's data and analysis for hockey or football, yeah, but like not to the same degree.
Not even close. No.
Baseball has just literally devolved entirely into a game of math. Like, credit The Simpsons. It's a game played by the dexterous and only fully understood by the poindexterous. Like, no, it's true. There was a great Simpsons Saber episode where Lisa managed Bart's Little League team, you know what I mean? But like Bart was like, "Nah, fuck it." You know what I mean? He was the player that was like,
"Oh, trade just went down. Brad Brock goes to the Braves."
Woo! Woo! Yeah, because Viz is on the all right, yeah, DL, that's good. I mean, Viz is on the DL, so that backs up what's his name? I can't now I can't remember any relief pitcher's name right now. Oh God. You know who I'm talking about. Braves closer right now.
Mentor?
Yes, thank you. Sorry. I've got serious brain farts. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
I'm destroying my memory.
I'm going to go ahead and I got to do this quickly. Before fucking before Pete chimes in. I got to go. All right. Get him. I got him.
All right, there you go. So you got Brad Brock.
No. Michael Givens is now the closer in Baltimore.
Oh, Givens. Okay, Givens is closing in Baltimore. So
Britton's gone. Brock just got traded.
There you go, guys. Hey, there you go. Breaking news right here on the podcast. Michael Givens, MYCH. Is it AEL?
MICHAL.
Okay, all right.
Now, he's had a bad year, granted.
Yeah, he hasn't been.
But I am desperate for saves.
But yeah, if you need saves.
And it's save-only league.
Yeah, go get Givens. I think
no
Givens,
holds.
Yeah. GYVNS, I think is I don't. Maybe that's why.
And apparently they got Brock for money.
Well, there you go. I mean, there you go. So, new closer alert, Michael Givens, Baltimore. Baltimore obviously sucks. You're probably not going to
Yes.
get a ton of saves out of the guy, but
if you're desperate,
if you
there
need
you go.
saves, and he's got good strikeout numbers at least.
Yeah, he has more strikeouts than innings pitched, so that's fine.
Yeah, like K per nine's fine. You'll be all right. And like hopefully again the ratios clean up. So go do
Yeah,
that. Did you go get him in all
and
the home leagues?
he was
Or?
only available in FSA Roto.
Okay, all right. Oh,
That was the only,
that's
which actually I'm surprised because the
yeah.
other 4 dynasties essentially, if you include mine, it's all save holds. I'm surprised he's owned in all 4 of those with a shitty year.
Because he hasn't been
Like,
picking up.
I expected him to maybe be owned in the FSAA redrafts because it's saves and saves only. And he was. Andrew just got him in the head-to-head, but I was just able to pluck in the rotos.
Okay, you
Fuck
beat
you,
him to
Pete.
it.
You have
Take
enough
that,
saves.
Andrew. Fantasy aid.
You have enough saves, Pete. Let me get some.
Yeah, seriously. All right, so let's circle this back around. So now we've got some trade updates. Again, trades are happening here. This is what we're saying. Get ready for some excitement. We'll probably do, or at least I will try to do, like kind of a trade deadline roundup sort of thing. But if you think about it, though, like again, we got breaking news here. We're just talking about what's already happened. We've lost players to the DL now. Like you think about it, like how am I going to replace Stinky Winky? You know what I mean? Like Stinky Winky was just coming on strong. Bronny was
That's a
Stinky
shame.
Winky.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, it's a fucking shame. That's a goddamn fucking shame. But I tell you what, though, like, are you refilling your beverage?
No, that's already good.
Well, I heard an ice noise.
Oh no, that's something else.
Okay, never mind. Anyways, I'm refilling my. So let's talk about. Well, let's talk about free agents that we're picking up this week. Free agent acquisition budget.
Well, Givens might be one if he's available in your save only leagues. That's one.
If you got a saves only league, Michael Givens, that's a guy you want to pick up.
If you're desperate, again, he's had a bad year, but if you're desperate,
I have been somewhat desperate.
maybe he gives you 10 saves the last 2 months. Who knows?
Well, I feel bad. I haven't been looking at the chat. We've got
Oh yeah, should probably do that.
Yeah, all right. Sorry. We got Fantasy Aid. That's Andrew. He's talking about prospects.
Nice.
We're talking about Reese mentioning because of the Moose trade that
Phillips is playing every day.
Yeah, well, yeah, Moose is going to play third base every day, and then Travis Shaw is going to play second.
Yes, that's right. How to add on to that, I saw a tweet, forgot from who, just like earlier while we were talking, that Moustakas, although no move is set in stone yet, was taking ground balls at second. Which is hard to fathom because if you ever seen Mike Moustakas, doesn't exactly body type scream second baseman. Nor does Travis Shaw.
No. Well, I mean, all right.
So I think
Travis Shaw came up as a shortstop.
Okay, there's some big guys that can play middle infield. I mean,
he'll be okay at second.
Unheard of, but
I'm not worried about that. I think we'll be okay with Travis Shaw at second. I mean, I know I'll be okay because.
Second base eligibility, you'll take that. But yeah, I believe Brett Phillips, the guy in the trade, I think he's already playing with Royals every day. I think.
Yeah.
I feel like he's already up and just playing.
Players out for the year, I think, and yeah, I mean it's just for the Royals. But yeah.
So we had Andrew and Reese. Anything else?
Tris was talking about Vizcaino.
Yeah, I don't know when he's due back from injury. I really don't know.
I don't think he's.
And I don't know if Brock closes for the Braves right out the gates. I'm not a big Brock fan myself.
No, but again, they've got Minter,
So he just might just slide into the 7th or 8th, maybe. I don't know for sure, but with the other effect with Givens, I mean, he will close. Like he's literally Travolta in the Pulp Fiction GIF.
Like
Looking to his left, Brock's gone. Looking to his right, Britton's gone. Like Givens.
Is there anybody here?
Will be closing.
Yeah, Michael Givens is John Travolta, like looking around.
Yeah, like huh?
Oh God, I love it. You know, there was an interesting thing on Twitter the other day about, you know, what's the best GIF of all time. For fantasy sports. I don't think there's any one right answer.
No, there's at least
there's
10. There's like at least 10 in my rotation at all times that I absolutely love.
You've always got to have the guy with the gun to his head. You've always got to have the Muppet. You've always got to have Bob. You've always got to have Jack Nicholson with the nodding of the head.
Yeah.
Like there's so many that you just always have to have in your repertoire, like saved and set aside when you're tweeting with fantasy sports people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's fun. No, we've had I will say this. You and I have had a pretty nice season so far.
Yeah, I can't complain. I mean, my only crap teams are my 2 rebuilds, so that's fine.
Yeah, like I got like a handful of like, you know, like I'm not doing so hot in JD's keeper league this year. I did better last year. But, you know, I'm kind of middle of the pack, like, all right, maybe. But I'm missing a couple players to like season-ending injuries. And again, we only keep 8. So, you know, whatever. I'm not going to boo-hoo my eyes out. But we got, you know, like all the dynasty leagues I'm kicking ass in. All the FSAA leagues I'm kicking ass in. I'm in the invitational leagues, like kicking and punching. And same thing. And, you know, can I just give like 1 second for a second? Can we just pause for a second?
Funny?
Yeah.
Like, let's just have a moment for some Pepsi.
For some what?
Some Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Yeah.
Talking about Pete?
Yeah, baby. Come on, baby. He's doing
yeah, Pete's. What am I? Both the redrafts he's in. He's in FNA Dynasty.
Yeah.
Is he in another one I'm not remembering?
Well, he's in Roto. He's in FNA Dynasty.
Yeah.
FSAA head-to-head. Pete.
Yeah, he's in at least 3 of them.
Now the number 1 contender to replace any team in the home Dynasty leagues should he accept the challenge.
Or, invitation, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you know. But, like, and, let's mention that. By the way, so if I'm just being totally honest as commissioner of running of all these leagues, in the home dynasties and the FSAA dynasty, there are 4 teams that may end up being replaced. And it's because
sometimes you need new blood.
Fresh blood. Yeah. We always, and that's always made our leagues better. But like I don't know if Woot's going to come to Fantrax. And I love Woot. I love Woot with all my heart. And I hope he comes with us. I don't know if he will. Flash, I don't know if he will come with us. These are long-time managers. They've been around forever. Like before we were even Dynasty. Bronny, I hate to throw this in your face. It's not in your face. Bronny, like, you got to get excited about your team. I've been saying this forever, but, like, it's getting serious now because your team is the most scalable Dynasty team I've ever seen. Like, Bronny, it's time to get serious. And then Ryan Bird, my good friend, Dirty. Ryan, are you playing? Or are you just like sightseeing? That's all I got. That's all I fucking have. I don't know if he's gonna listen to this podcast or hear it, but that's what I fucking got for Ryan. Like, are you playing or are you sightseeing? Because it's time to make some adjustments at the plate. And maybe you can help me do that in basketball. You know, like we can trade off. You know, like I had kind of a down basketball year, whatever. You know, but like, we got potentially 4 open teams at least. At least. I hate to say that, but every time we've replaced managers in that like aggressive of a capacity, it's always worked in favor of the league. Like the league gets better. So, I mean, you know it. I know it. James, you've seen it. You've been part of it. Fuck, you were like the goddamn epitome
Well,
of it. You and Nathan,
well, yeah,
Reverend Nate Dogg, were like,
yeah, we're,
"Oh
we're
man, I'm just
both
gonna come in first year and win a trophy."
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
mercenary and Ryan's Lake. Yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah, I'll take over that orphan team that's in 10th place in May. Oh yeah, I'll go
yeah,
ahead and win the title.
0 fucks, trophy won. And you know, like,
And Nate and David did the same in FSAA.
David again.
Took, took over an orphan team and won the league.
I might try to get David. Like, I liked your buddy Dave. When we hung out in Florida. I really liked your buddy David. Like, I might try to get him in the home leagues if we got to lose some teams. I don't care. Like, if people are dropping out, I don't give a fuck. That's fine. It's fine. It's a sad shame, but like, fuck it, 0 fucks. These leagues are gonna always be.
I mean, if your league's running at peak efficiency, you want one obviously activity. And I don't mean hyperactivity, like say like a me, a Nate, a J Money, or a Tris. Happy 100, buddy.
Yeah, Tris is over 100.
But don't be like 15 moves by the end of the year.
Yeah. Unless, like, if you're in second place or third place.
Then, yeah, I mean, there's context always.
Yeah,
like, there's
context.
exceptions to be made. But if you're just, like, floundering at the bottom and have made 12 moves on the year, and this is, like, your second or third year doing that type of thing, it might be time to pack your bags.
Yeah, or just, like, admit.
Or tighten the screws. One or the other.
Yeah, tighten it up.
If you are someone that's setting your lines inactive, but you're just maybe not, I don't know, you're not easily accessible. It's hard to get a hold of you. Like, you don't even respond to trade offers.
Yeah, like,
you know
literally.
what I mean?
There's
so
no
you're just literally managing your team with blinders.
Yeah.
Which I guess is fine as long as you're making moves and doing. But
yeah, again,
if you want your league at peak efficiency, you'd prefer that. All right, either the owners are fairly active or they're at least interactive with trades and talking and being accessible, or ideally they're both.
Right.
But so it's just what do you want out of your league? Do you want 2 or 3 managers that you just never see or talk to, that just not really involved, or do you want 1 or 2 that aren't very active? I mean, it's just, what do you want?
Well, I want
out of your leagues.
In our leagues kicking at, and like again. We've said it too many times. I'm sick of saying it, but like again, we've clowned on Tris. He's in 14th fucking place out of 15 teams in the FSAA Roto League.
Over 100 moves.
Over 100 moves, and like, God bless him for that. Because,
and you don't have to do that. I mean, fuck, that's.
You're in 14th place. If you want to just like wash your hands of a league,
yeah, especially Roto.
But knowing that you've got a league where it's that good, you know what I mean? Like, as a commissioner, I'm like, fuck yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. So, like, again, props to Tris on that, and kudos, because that is a good thing. And, say what you will about Tris. We've all said what we will about Tris. A lot of people tuned out about Tris. But, like, hey, dude's fucking kicking ass, at least in terms of being active and competitive. I don't know about the victorious part, but you can't be victorious without active and competitive. So, God bless his soul for that. You know what I mean? Like,
what do we got here?
God's bless.
What are we running here? We got to be pushing. We were pushing probably over an hour, so let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Want to wrap it up? All right. What you gonna do anything for free agent acquisition bids?
I mean, Givens is already owned in the Invitational.
Yeah.
There might be some bat I'm not thinking of right now, but I'll probably grab an arm like in real life. If you're in contention, you probably need more arms.
Yeah, just start stream. This is the time of year where you start streaming. If you haven't started
Yes,
streaming,
yeah. If you haven't streamed yet, I mean, the stretch run is you probably want to stream.
go to Roto World. I think is it Roto World that has the two start. I mean, Fantrax has it listed too if you're on Fantrax, but like if you go to Roto World, you can see every pitcher who has two starts like in the coming week. And those are the
Yeah.
guys like they have positive matchups. Those are the guys you want to go pick up. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I got Joe Blow against a really crappy Reds team and a really crappy, I don't know, Mets team or whatever. You know, like go pick up Joe Blow, two starts. Look for your two start guys so you can get two starts out of that, out of them this week. And like, right? I mean, I don't. You know what? Let me look real quick. Let me just pull it up. Can I just do that? I'll just give a little
up to start.
Yeah, I'll just throw a little news out there.
Some 2-start guys, you mean?
Yeah, Yeah. All right, hang on. Bear with me, folks. I'm pulling up the 2-start pitchers this week. Now, this is based off of free agency in the Great Fantasy Baseball Invitational League 11. Trade deadline is approaching August 4th, which is my ex-wife's birthday. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, I think FSAA and the home dynasties, I think, are all August 12th.
Yeah.
And if you're in any of the FNA, if any of you are in the FNA dynasty or listening to this, I think FNA's is next Sunday. I think it's August 5th.
So, okay, August.
So the 5th, the 12th. There you go.
Now, we don't have a ton of free agent pickups, like in terms of 2-start pitchers next week. Yeah, this is not. I mean, all right, hang on.
Well, they can always head to a good site. A good site for 2-start guys is Rotoballers and Fantasy Pros. They always have a 2-start tool that you can use, and it gives you the matchups and then the offense, and makes it nice and color coded. Green for don't do it, red for this offense sucks. So that's good. But anyway,
I was gonna say the best one I'm seeing right now is Gavigliano.
Oh, is that Blue Jays or?
Yeah, but he's going against Oakland and Seattle, and like Seattle's not.
Those offenses aren't shitty. They're those aren't shitty enough. I'll put it that way.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ideally, you want to see like Miami, Baltimore, San Diego.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
that's
what the offenses you want to stream against.
Edwin Jackson, Toronto. He's going against. Obviously, he's going against Toronto. Like Edwin Jackson, Oakland.
Yeah, Toronto's another one that's got a crappy offense.
Detroit on Sunday.
Detroit's another one. There's always 5-6 teams at the bottom that you're like, all right, let's stream against these teams.
Some quick Edwin Jackson, maybe Gavigliano.
I'd lose Jackson.
Just do your research. Hit Rotoballer. Look for 2-start matchups.
All right. Well, let's wrap her up.
Okay, we got
gotta go.
Great stream. Hey, thanks. Just saying thanks to everybody on the hangout, hanging out with the chat. What else are we? Is there anything else we needed to cover? Did I forget something?
No, I mean this was deadline weekend podcast, so mainly just trades that have been down, guys that'll still get moved.
You know what it is?
What?
It's podcast 100, bit.
That's true.
The 100th podcast FSAA has ever done.
Yeah, and if you don't have weekly FAB, then when you make a move for a new closer, just like I did on air, you need to pay attention and be quick.
Yeah, I mean, always look. All right, James, where's your do you have the site for the closers? Maybe?
Okay. Yeah, I gotta go though. I gotta run.
Okay, James got to close it out. Anyways,
later.
Look for
Bye.
All right, James is closing out. I'm gonna wrap it up. You guys look for basically like closer carousel. Look for the depth charts. You know, there's a lot of sites that have that stuff, and anybody we follow on Twitter pretty much has that. So if I see anything, I'll retweet it and share it with you. If not, no worries. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. It was a good night. Hope you all have a good Sunday. Tonight, I don't know what we've got on ESPN, but I'm sure we've got a 5 o'clock game. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. Good hanging out. Anyways, I'm Tom from Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous signing off. Fantasy gods, please grant me the serenity to set my ideal lineups, courage to add drop aggressively, and the wisdom, as always, to make good trades. And at this time of year, with the trade deadline coming up, this is the time to make trades. Like I said, FSAA trade deadlines, I believe, are August 12th. And most other leagues are August 4th or August 5th. So we'll talk to you again then. We'll talk about the actual trade deadline. And in the meantime, if you need to hit me up, fantasysportsaddicts.com is the website. Or you can hit me up on Twitter at letter F, letter S, the word double, letter A, FSAA. Cubby, thank you for joining me. He's gone, but he is at CUBBY Noel, Cubby Noel, on Twitter. Thank you. You guys have a great evening, and we'll talk to you again later. Woo!